Entrepreneurs, business owners, and even my ministry leaders. Have you been paying attention? Have you noticed the Clubhouse craze? Well, I know you have, and I'm gonna help you today. This is gonna be the first of a three-part series that we're gonna do and talk to you a little bit about how you can use Clubhouse to grow your business. What's going on, everybody? Glenn P. Brooks Jr. here. Super excited to be back with you for another edition of Bootstrapping Business and Ministry. Guys, let me just say this Clubhouse craze is a real thing. And so one of the things that I have been working on over the last week and a half to 10 days is just literally, how does this platform work? How does it work for business owners? If you're a business owner or any kind of a person that's showing up on social media and trying to leverage social media for business, I honestly believe that this is the beginnings of one of the next big things. And so today we're going to talk to you about how you can use Clubhouse to grow your business. Now, I will tell you on the front end, and I taught this to a group of people in our M.A.P.S Master Class. Just a couple of people jumped on a call with me so that I could help them understand the rules to this whole deal. There are some specific ways that you can use Clubhouse to grow your business. This is part one of a three-parter. I hope you enjoy this. We'll be back at the end to tell you a little bit about how we can help.
So number one, when we're talking about using Clubhouse to grow your business, the number one thing you need to know is you need to listen. I need you to write that down somewhere. When you come on Clubhouse, you need to listen. Your target audience are in rooms asking questions, and you should be writing them down so that you can create some content tools. Maybe it's a room that you want to start. Maybe it's a class around the pain points that they are asking about the most. When you are listening to what it is that they're saying, they will tell you what kind of content you should produce. I guarantee you. And as you learn, and we'll do that a little bit on the back end of this series, we're going to kind of open up the app and share it a little bit. But I need you guys to understand that is ridiculously important. I think that a lot of entrepreneurs, unfortunately, find themselves in sort of content deadlock mode. If I had a dime for every time I heard an entrepreneur say, "But I don't know what kind of content produce." Are you kidding me? Here's the truth. The truth of the matter is that you're not doing enough listening. If you are that person that's saying, "I don't know what to produce," it's because you're not in a place where you're passively listening to the pain points of your target customer or your target audience. And if you can do that, you will win. Clubhouse gives you a ridiculous opportunity to do it because the forums are set up specifically to do that. People ask me all the time, so what is Clubhouse exactly? I want to give you a picture. Imagine if a podcast and a webinar had a baby and it was done live. That's Clubhouse. It's a live podcast with a webinar feel. Another way I like to explain it, it is Periscope, only audio. It is a way to see multiple conversations going on almost simultaneously, and you have the ability to click on and jump in a whole bunch of different rooms and hear a conversation. Pre-COVID days, all of us will remember, particularly if you're a speaker, going to a conference where they have several events happening simultaneously. And so at this particular point, think of Clubhouse as the conference itself is the clubhouse. The different conferences or the different experiences that you're experiencing within that particular conference, those are the rooms. And so now it is you having the opportunity to slip into the back of a room, and maybe there is a motivational speaker talking about emotional intelligence. You slip into the back room, and let's say they know you personally, or they've seen you around and they're curious. There may be a panel of 10 people on stage, but the truth is that there's a moderator. When you sit down at the back of that particular room and that moderator sees you, they may say, "Hey, there's my friend Keith. Yo, Keith, do me a favor, come up to the stage because I know you just struck a major deal in your business, and I'd like you to share for a few minutes as to what you've been able to experience in your lane." You come up, and then everybody, all 200, 300, I've seen as many as 1,000 some people in one room listening to a panel of people talking about one conversation, and now they invited you. If that's not an opportunity to do business with people like immensely, that's crazy. And what happens when you're invited to that room? Oh my God, now it's a whole nother deal, because they're inviting you expressly because they know what it is that you bring. If you can put yourself in a position to listen, you will win. Number two, I want you to think where Clubhouse is concerned. I want you to think value first. I want you to write that down somewhere. Clubhouse is an app that is all about community. People are seeking good conversations that educate, ignite ideas, inspire, and entertain. Some people are also looking for experts to help them solve their biggest problems. I think that this is ridiculously opportunistic because you got people who are podcasters looking for people to interview. Clubhouse is where you're going to find them. You're going to find some amazing people who you may have been just sitting in the audience. And because of the ability for you to click onto their profile and kind of see who they are, what they do, why they do it, and who they do it for, you'll also in their bio, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, have the ability to go to whatever social media platforms they have connected currently. As we're talking about it, the only two platforms that Clubhouse allows you to connect is Instagram and Twitter. And so obviously your Instagram and Twitter page have to be on next level if you're going to attach it to your Clubhouse bio, but it is in the inbox situation or DMs that they're going to communicate with you. They're not going to right now communicate directly with you on Clubhouse other than in the rooms that's live. And by the way, they're not being recorded. As a matter of fact, it's against the Clubhouse rules to screen record the conversation because they want the experience to be about right now, today, as it happens, organic, right? And so the way I would jump into the room, say if I want to get in a room with Monty, I would hear him doing a talk and maybe he's moderating, maybe he's on stage, and I click on his bio in Clubhouse. At the bottom is his Instagram or his Twitter. I click on that and I may show up in his DM and say, bruh, heard you this morning on so-and-so in so-and-so's room. It was an amazing talk. I believe that I could add significant value to you. Here is my ask. And there begins the conversation. Does that make sense, you all? And so if you're trying to get booked to speak, if you're trying to get your product shopped into some place, if you're trying to be a person that draws attention to what it is that you're doing, that is how that works. But I want you to think value first. When you come to the stage to be of service to others, instead of just looking for an opportunity to promote yourself, please remember this. When you want to leverage Clubhouse, if you ever get invited to the stage, be very careful that you're listening to the question, that you speak to the question, and that you get right to your point. What is considered not ethical or maybe rude, if you will, is to get on and go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And then before you know it, you never really get to the question. Moderators, if you ever become a moderator or you decide to moderate a room, you're going to have to get really good at being able to keep your room interesting, keep it moving, and with great respect and intentionality, be able to actively engage that stage with the rules of engagement, if you will. So you have to think about that when you're moderating a room, because think of it in a live scenario. You got a panel of guests and there's this back and forth going on, and before you know it, everybody's talking. The audience is going to be absolutely put off by that, right? They're going to start leaving the room. You don't want that. So I want you to make sure you think value first.
Well, I know we just gave you the first two of what will be 7 ways that you can grow your business on Clubhouse. But one of the biggest things that I want you guys to understand is that if you have an iOS device, jump on, try it out, try and see if this will work for you. If so, definitely follow us at Glenn P. Brooks Jr. on Clubhouse. We would be super excited to do that. Also, if there's anything that you have heard, any way that you want to connect with us, just check out the links that are in the description below, and we'll be more than happy to do that. We'll see you back again for part 2 of 7 ways to use Clubhouse to grow your business. If any of this content has helped you at all, do me a favor, click one of the buttons over here. Check out the previous programs that we've done here on Bootstrapping Business and Ministry. I would love to connect with you guys. The links are in the description. At the end of the day, here's what I know to be true. You can't get to any place of significance by yourself. We all need some help.